Alright, we're going to go ahead and create the toolpaths for some of your automata parts. You can use the CNC machine for any parts that may be a complex cut, or just irregular shapes that might take a while to cut on the bandsaw. So let's go ahead and make the toolpaths for this one. So I have my hex cam. It has a contour that we're going to cut on the outside, and then it has a hole that we're going to drill in the middle. So the first thing that we have to do on all of our parts is do a setup. So we're going to go here. So if you're in 3D model, we're going to go here to the cam tab. We're going to go to setup, and we're going to create. We're basically telling the machine what's the size of the wood that we're going to put in the machine, and then where is it located on the machine. So basically, I want to mill in the, if this were an XY coordinate system, I want to mill in the 4th quadrant. So first thing for stock, it'll say it's on relative size box. We're going to leave it there, and then it automatically chooses some measurements for you for the block of material that we'll put in there. This may or may not be the case. It's fine though. We're going to go to setup. For setup, we'll leave operation type as milling. Model orientation, we're going to change to the first one. Select Z axis, plane, and X axis. It's asking for our Z, so we'll click on that. The top surface, this is our Z plane. For the x-axis, we're going to choose a line that is going in this direction right here. So we'll click on like that line right there, and now you'll see x is in this direction, but I want x to point to the right, so we're going to flip the x-axis right there. Stock point, this is what's going to be considered 0, 0, so we're going to put it up here in this top corner. And this is what your little guy should look like. Z should be pointing up, Y should be pointing in that direction, and X should be pointing in this direction. Do not let Y point down or X point that way. So this is correct right here. We'll hit OK. Now that we have our setup, we're going to start with a drilling operation. Okay, so I'll click on drill. First thing it asks for is the tool. We'll click on tool. This one here, hold on, let's delete that, yes. Okay, so I don't have any milling tools in here. You won't either, so we're going to click on new milling tool. We're going to go to general, and we're going to put this in as tool number 16. Alright, now that automatically changes offsets, and we do not want to do that, so you're going to make these offsets 0. Next, we're going to go to the cutter, and we're going to put this in as a as a 0.4375 or 7/16 drill bit, and that's all you have to change right there. Next, we'll go to feed and speed. We can leave this at 5,000, and we should be good there. So alright, so we'll hit OK, and we're going to choose our drill bit by clicking on select. So there's our drill bit. We're going to go to the next tab. It says what is the hole face. We're going to choose this hole right there, and then we're going to go to the next tab. And at the very bottom down here it says hole bottom is the bottom height. Well, we have a pointed drill bit, and if I leave it at that, the drill won't go all the way through, just a little point of the bit will. So we're going to drill the tip through the bottom, and the breakthrough depth is going to be like 0.05. Something like that would be fine. And then the next one we're going to click, this is the important one here, we're going to, instead of doing drilling rapid out, we're going to do deep drilling full retract. And then you can leave all those the same. Okay, we're going to hit OK. And you can see we now have a tool path. If we click on this and hit simulate, we can hit play here, and you'll see what the drill bit will do on the machine. It'll just go little bits at a time all the way through. Okay, next we're going to do a contour. Okay, and the contour is going to cut the outside of this. So we'll click on contour. We're going to have to set up another tool, so we'll click on tool. This time we're going to do another new mill tool. This time the cutter number is going to be 14. So again, we're going to make our offsets 0. The cutter diameter is 0.25. And then we're going to ignore these 3 tabs and we'll go straight to feed and speed. Feed, I'm going to leave it at 5,000, but the cutting feed rate is going to be 25, and the number of flutes is going to be 1. So this is the number of blades on the bit. that's how fast the bit is going to spin, and this is how fast the bit is going to travel across, which actually means that each spin, each rotation of the bit is going to cut 0.005 inches of material. And there's settings for different types of material, so this is based on wood right now. Okay, we'll hit OK, and then we're going to select that bit for the contour, and then the next tab we're going to put a tab in here. So contour selection, we'll do that first. We're going to choose the bottom of the outer contour. We're going to check on tabs. We'll put a triangular tab on there, and we'll make it, let's make it 0.125, and then the height we can also make 0.125. Okay, and it says by distance. Now this is going to just depend on your part. Tabs are basically going to be little pieces of material that are left on here in order to hold the part in place, so that when the mill bit goes all the way around, the part doesn't fly out of the machine. These little tabs just kind of hold the wood in place. So we'll make the distance like 1 inch, and then every inch or so it's going to leave a little tab, leave a little material to hold the part in. Alright, next one, we don't have to do anything there. And then the last one, again, pretty much we're going to leave most of these the same. The only thing we're going to change is this multiple depths. Make sure that stock to leave is unchecked. But we'll click on multiple depths, and we'll do a maximum roughing step down is 0.25 inches. Alright, once we do that, we are good to go. Hit OK, and it's going to build that contour, and when you click on it, you'll see it's going to make 2 passes, well 3 passes around the block to cut that out. So we can simulate that, hit OK, and you'll see that that's what it's going to do. It's going to cut a little deeper, and now this last pass it's going to do the tabs and leave those little tabs on there so the part doesn't come out. We can sand those off when we're done. Okay. Alright, final step. We're going to choose both our tool paths, drill 1 and 2D contour. We're going to do post process, and we're going to this is what writes the code for the machine. We're going to make sure that we are on Tormach Path Pilot. You'll see these are all different machines, so we're going to be Tormach Path Pilot. The output folder is going to be your D drive. It's going to be on a flash drive. I don't have a flash drive in my machine right now, so I'm just going to put it on desktop. But you put it on a flash drive, which would be the D drive. Okay. And then you're going to name this your name, so it might be like Mr. B Hex Cam. Okay. And then once that's done, it's all right. We'll hit post, and it is now going to write the code for the mill. So this code's getting ready to pop up, and we just have to make a quick few edits and you are ready to mill. Okay, so here's the drill tool path. Alright, right there. So we're going to go right under where it says drill 1. We're going to go, here's tool number 16. G43 is to pull the offsets from the machine. But we're going to delete this H command. Alright, and we're going to do the same thing under your contour. So any tool path that you have, if you have more than one tool path, you always go find it and then get rid of the H command. Once you do that, your tool, we can save that, and then we're going to close that out and take this tool path to the mill.